What is up guys, Wraec here with a new video, and today with a guide for hero drills, the last 10 stages. If you are searching for the first 9 stages, there's actually a different video that I will link you down below. Today we are going to do the second 10 stages. I actually already accidentally cleared one. We're going to do that again because I will explain it to you guys. This time we have Fausto. I thought it would be about Dundlinger, but no, it's Fausto. This stage isn't too difficult. They're supposed to understand 2 things. First of all, Fausto, if he's in the same row as the Fausto illusion, he gets damage reduction, so you get more tanky. So you're supposed to place him in the same row, which will be then show the signal for the damage reduction. It doesn't show you the red marker for whatever reason. You're supposed to just know that. And then there is a sneaky little thing. This one is mythic, this one is legendary. So we have to protect our main copy. The illusion can die because on this stage particularly we have the 4+15 skill unlocked. So we can resummon the illusion. This stage, however, can fail. So if you fail on this one, just try again. Sometimes we just magically get more damage. So we need some crits. This is just like the positioning is off. You can see it right here. You just have to try again. You just have to try again. It is correct if you place them like this. You have to put the illusion on the bottom side and then just get the quill fairly swiftly. And if it looks like this, it usually works. You can see it's pretty tough still, but this clear definitely works. So next stage, bit of an interesting one. We have multiple solutions for this one actually. We have Sylvina and we have Vala both targeting our Fausto at the same time. They have 2 different targeting mechanisms actually. Sylvina targets the enemy in a similar and a parallel position, I think. How did they describe it? In a symmetrical position. Yeah, symmetrical position. So she will always target a hero that is right here, and Vala targets a hero that is furthest away from her. So what we can do, I saw different clears like this. We can use Iron as a target here, in which case I would recommend putting the damage reduction on him. This has the disadvantage that we then have like 2 heroes that are targeted. It's a little bit weird, but still works out. We can try that. It's actually kind of nice that we get if we get the kill here. We still have that. I didn't check for it. Yeah, we still have the +15. So if that copy dies, it's actually not bad. We could just get to resummon it. We don't have an artifact to choose, so this is one option to do it. We get the CC, get a little bit of a stun there. If our Fausto copy dies, as I said, it's not that bad. If our Iron dies, however, that's not that great. So yeah, we'll have to try that again, sadly. One other option is, of course, to leave everything on this guy, because he can just die. We can also go like this. This is the other option. I think it might work a little bit better as we have just the main focus on that Fausto copy. And keep in mind, this has RNG in it because our Iron does get a shield, and he has dodge, meaning as long as shield is up, he can dodge. If you get unlucky dodges, however, yeah, you might just die a little bit early. Maybe copy the second clear that I did, like what we just did. I think it's a bit better because this Fausto copy can die and gives you a little bit better chances. Here we have Spellbind. And actually, if you don't know, Dundlinger has 2 states that he can be in. One is Spellbind, unable to cast ultimate, and the other one is Curelock, unable to recover HP for others. And we have his Mythic Plus, so we are able to protect our farthest non-summoned ally, meaning our ally here will get this circle behind his back, and then he is able to actually not follow the order of Dundlinger and activate his ult, while those 2 Bryans will not be able to do so. So we get an ult, enemy doesn't get an ult. Of course, big advantage in this situation for us. We get the kill here on the Mythic Bryan, which is pretty insane. Get to reactivate that as well. So pretty easy clear actually. So didn't have any problems with that before, so it's a pretty easy thing. You just have to understand the way it is a little bit. A Curelock, I think it's kind of interesting. They are just titled in the way you're supposed to use them. Curelock, you can change that by the click on this little button. You will see, yeah, it changes. And now he's set on Curelock, and Curelock blocks any heal. So those guys are unable to heal themselves, giving us a pretty easy situation here. This guy, even though it doesn't look like it, also has his mythic skill unlocked. We don't have them at +5, but he has his mythic skill unlocked. Nonetheless, I saw the most clears done like this, with Lucius. So I think it's also a little bit because we have the extra damage. The Curelock helps. They don't actually have high HP, so we are able to swiftly go through them with this team. You have a little bit of knockdown there on Dunding as well. It is actually a pretty easy stage, and that they called it Curelock on this end makes it even easier. So here we have team survival. We have a Ludovic in there. All heroes survive to the end is our victory condition. Obviously we have enemy Brian, which is not very nice. Actually, pretty annoying enemy. We have super tanky Granny. And we have Merrily, which can be quite devastating. In terms of heroes, we have a hero, of course, with Brian that profits from having his ult. And we have a hero with Ludovic that doesn't really need his ult, and our tank, of course, can be Dundlinger. I think it's pretty obvious that you go with Spellbind here, given that we fight enemy Brian, and we really want to block this guy from doing his ult. Because if one thing is true, then that Brian is pretty useless without his ult. Yeah, so we get pretty easy kills here with that strategy. Just make sure you have the circle on the Brian from Dundinger so that your Brian can cast his ult. And then those are already the first 5 stages. I thought those were pretty easy, given that they also told you which effect to use. Now we are on the last 5 stages. Stun for damage. Interesting title. I always tell you a little bit on how to do it. Sometimes they are just like, oh, survive, DPS, whatever, stun for damage. And is a pretty interesting stage. We get to use Lenya. And one thing I wanted to show you, this one is interestingly balanced, because we have literally a clear with every single position. There are 5 clears, there are 5 positions, so it doesn't even seem to matter. This is fairly funny to me. I still want to go with the Seth, thank you. So we have AoE there. I still think it's better to get rid of the Seth early on. Like, the Nero is still less of a threat. So I would probably propose you place her more to the left, so that we get the targeting there. Okay, we accidentally left the stage. Infiltrate enemy backline. We have Lenya there. We can use one more hero, Citrana, or we get to use Walter. I kind of like Walter, to be honest. I saw some clears with Citrana as well. But I think it was Walter for this one that I used. Oh, wait, wrong positioning. There we go. There are more clears with Citrana, but it is definitely possible with Walter. There we have the Infiltration, and then it depends on the last hit. It works with Walter, but you have 3 or 4 clears with Citrana, and you only have this positioning with Walter, which is a little bit weird. So defeat the boss within 20 seconds is something we should consider here. The boss being Merrily, obviously there is not really a sign to that. She doesn't look very much like a boss. Having Lenya right there is a little bit difficult. We have 2 heroes that we can use. And surprisingly enough, our Mauler friends are this time not around. This is what I went with, putting Ludovic there at the front. We have our super strong Lenya there, and we have to get through to the boss in a fairly short amount of time, which works out fairly well because she builds distance to us, and then we just have to get the last hit. It doesn't matter, we don't have to kill those guys. Keep that in mind, we just don't have to kill those guys. We just have to kill Merrily to win. So this is a little bit of a specialty of this fight. Here we have very interesting situation. We definitely want to pull the Mirael. I forget it because I use her so little. But we also have to tank a little bit. So we have the higher damage option with Salazar. We have the lower damage option with Corrin, but there we have stability. And if we watch the clears, we see, yeah, the preference is definitely on Salazar. I can't blame the people. And getting the quick clear here on the Mirael is actually the most important thing. Those guys, they deal damage, but not as much as a Mirael. There you can trust me. Sadly, well, for you guys it's good. They didn't really put a super difficult stage in here, it seems. Maybe drove down the balancing a little bit from the last time. I'm not too sure. But it seems like they're a lot more conservative with this on this time. Defeat enemy DPS. DPS is the back row, obviously. And once again, we have pretty similar heroes. I don't like front row Nara, to be honest. I'd rather put something like Salazar there, place an Arden for a little bit of CC, and try stealing the Mirror Elf first. And this usually works. This usually works. You get a pretty quick death on the Salazar, sadly. But as long as we get the kill here, we should be fine, actually. Ooh, that is a bit of a problem. Oh no, that one didn't go too well. Let's try that again. Let's try that again. We can also move that back. Usually it works out pretty well. Yeah, okay. We'll have to try that again. I don't even know why our Nara thinks it's a good idea to do an ult there. But she did. Usually it's more about the DPS part, really. Let's see. We just try it again. Just have to get the twines and then the hits. And honestly, maybe we should manual cast the ult from the Nara. It seems a little bit buggy, to be honest. Usually she's supposed to only cast that when it's below 40%. I didn't have that problem last time. So let's try the same setup. But let's go with manual Nara. Which you guys probably have to set up. Let's see. Once she's about at 40%, we should be able to do that. Okay, ult. And now it should be true damage. And it is true damage. Okay, we really had to manual cast that here. So I probably should show you how to set up the manual cast. Because the way she works, and I don't know why they did that like that. We have maybe a stage here that is a bit difficult. Let's look into her skills. So she has the ult, charges up briefly, deals 220% damage. That sucks. If the target HP ratio is lower than 40%, she deals 560% true damage instead. So we almost double, but it's true damage, so defense ignoring. And in auto battle, the skill won't be used against non-boss enemy heroes. Oh, because she's a boss. Ah, she's a boss, so she thinks, okay, she can't fall below 40%, but it is the case, so you want the true damage. That is a manual casting thing. So, let me quickly show you how to set that up, because otherwise you will have to search for tutorials. So, you go into your settings, and you go into battle. And in battle, you need this auto battle, only select heroes. Then you get the little gears. And then at the start of the battle, you deactivate the little gear above Nara. Otherwise, she will use her ult too early. And once she falls below 40% HP, you cast your ult. Okay, at least we had one stage that was a little bit tricky. Once again, very nice loot. I hope you enjoyed that. Fairly interesting. Okay, I didn't remember that on the last one. Nice. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a subscription to the channel. Would make me very happy. And with that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.